everyone, this is Denise from Creates with Love. Let's go ahead and jump right into this project. We're going to make the Valentine coloring card with crayons. So the first thing you want to do is have a blank canvas and then go ahead and upload the files. I provide files for you on my blog in the resource library. So you want to click on Upload Image. And then I like to just drag my file. So I have an SVG file saved to my desktop, and I'm just simply going to drag it and drop it here. Everything is set up for you. All you need to do is click on Upload, select your file from recent uploads, and then click Add to Canvas. It's going to load everything in here all as grouped projects. So today we won't be using these two parts, but I wanted to provide these two for you in case you want to add your own picture. And then I gave you a complete blank template for a 2 crayon holder so you could design or write anything you want. You might want to make it a Christmas project or something like that, or for a birthday. So feel free to enjoy these files for free. They are free for personal use. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and ungroup, right? Because this is really quite the large project here. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 cards that I designed for you for free. Go ahead and ungroup them. Okay, so grab these two and then group, and then I'm going to turn that layer off. So right now we're going to have these 6 cards or 8 cards to work with. I already have made 2 print out. So I think today I'll just do 2 as an example. If you want to do all 6, you would just follow the same process I did for 2 cards. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one. It's another one. I think haven't made this one yet. Okay, so for me, I'm going to grab these 4, do the same thing, group, and then turn off the group. So now I just have 2 cards that I'm going to be working with today. And like I said, it's the same process for each card, but 2, I like to work on 2 at a time because 2 perfectly fits on 1 page to print. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is, again, every one of these projects are grouped together so that you could move it around the mat without getting the pieces disconnected, okay? So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and ungroup the file. Okay, so now everything is ungrouped here. And the thing is, these lines right here need to be turned from a cut file to a score. Sorry, not a fold, but a score. Okay, so we want to do that first just so that we don't forget. So I'm just going to click on here. This gives me to the general vicinity of where this card is in my layers panel. If I click on the score line, it's right there. So click on what's going to become the score line, go to Operation, change it from Basic Cut to Score. If I click off, you can see now it's a score line. So let's do the same thing with this one. I've ungrouped it so I can actually manipulate the file. I'm going to click on the score line right there, change it from Basic Cut to Score. Perfect. Now, what we want to do next is want to grab anything that's going to be printed. So the Happy Valentine's Day and this design and down here. Same thing with this one. All of this here and down here needs to be printed. And then we need to flatten it so it will actually print when we send it to the printer. So you want to select the item. You'll see it over here. Everything's already been grouped together for this part. And then you want to hold your Shift key and click on the card itself. And now choose Flatten. Now you'll see that part of this design looked like it disappeared, but it's really there. It's just behind here. So you want to simply left click on the card, then right click and choose Send to Back. And there it came back. Now what we want to do is attach this line here, which is the cut line, and this score line. We want to attach it to this card project. Okay, so I think it goes down to the bottom. There it is, to this part. So what we're going to do is we're going to select on this part here, So it brings it right here. Hold down the shift key and grab that score line and then click on the card and then now choose attach. And what that did was it attached our cut line, our score line to the card itself. And see where it looks like those holes disappeared, but let me show you a trick. Really there, it's because our canvas is white. If I go down here and click on my canvas, it gives me an option to change the color. So I'm going to click on that and choose something like yellow, and there are our holes. So they really didn't go away, you just couldn't see them. Okay, so let's do the same thing with this one. The first thing we're going to do is grab the printed item. So it takes us down here. We don't have this flattened yet. Okay, so we want to grab everything that we want to be printed. You can see it here. It's our image and our writing. And then hold down your shift key and click on the card. Now you want to choose flatten. Once again, it looks like those lines disappeared, the score and the cut file. So you want to click on the image. If you don't want to right click your mouse, you can also go up here to arrange and click send to back. Okay, so there's two different ways. You can use your mouse, right click and choose that send to back, or you can go up to arrange and choose the desired effect there. Okay, so now we have our card flattened, but we still want to attach this cut file and score line. So once we click on it, we can find it over here in our layers panel. Hold down your shift key, select the score, and then click on the card, and then now choose attach. And there are our two cards. You can move them all around now. Everything is flattened and ready to cut and print. Now, in order to send them to the printer, you want to make sure that you attach these two together, just so it will follow you over to the printer as one unit. And then I want to just put them close together because I made them so that two would actually fit. So this one is selected. I'm going to hold my shift key and select this one and then click attach. So now when we go and send it to make it, it turns it into one print, then cut, score, and basic cut. So it does everything on the one. It looks like I left some files here. Let me figure out what's going on here. Okay, there. I didn't realize there was two that I missed. Whoopsie. Okay, so I'm going to grab these two, group them, turn off that group. I didn't realize that. Okay, so now, and then actually before, and I forgot to show this, you want to save your project. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. And I'm just going to put 2 crayon because one day I may decide to make one for 4 crayons. Okay, so that here, I'm just going to put it in my YouTube videos and click save. Okay, so we got our project saved just in case something happens. We can come back to it quicker and easier. So now I'm going to click on make it. And there you can see it attached it together. So it's going to print on one card, 8.5 by 11, which is perfect. That's what we want. There's no need to mirror it. So all we're going to do is click on continue. Hook up to my machine. Today I'm using the Cricut Maker, but you could easily make this on the Cricut Joy or the Cricut Explorer. Okay, so right here I'm going to send to printer since I have not printed it yet. And here is my printer. I'm going to remove the bleed and I'm going to use the system dialog and then choose print. I'm going to click on preferences. I want plain paper, I want best print quality, and I want natural color, and OK. And then choose print again. It's going to print it out and then I will meet you over at the maker. Oh, before I step away, even though I'm using 65 cardstock, I like to use medium cardstock for all of my cardstock unless it's a heavyweight. So just a personal preference. I just wanted to let you know. The pressure for default is fine. It's going to tell me to load my scoring wheel. You might be using your scoring stylus if you do not have the wheel. and then it lead us through. All we'll need is a point blade after we score. And I will meet you over at the maker. All right, so here is our printed project here. And these are the registration marks in case you're new to print and cut. So all I'm going to do is remove my cover for my mat. And then I'm going to line up my paper in the upper left-hand corner. Okay. And I already have my scoring wheel in my Cricut. So I'm just going to simply load my mat and choose load. And the C light is flashing. I'm going to click on that. Right now it's going to read the registration marks and then it will score. Okay, and now this light is flashing and my desktop screen is telling me to change to my fine point blade. So I'm going to take my scoring wheel out and put in my fine point blade. And then hit that flashing light again. And now it's going to cut it out. Okay, so now it's telling me to unload my mat, but I always, before I unload my mat, I lift up a corner of the paper of the project, make sure that it cut thoroughly. If it did, then I'll unload it. If it did not cut it all the way through for whatever reason, then I would hit the C button again and it would cut it one more time. So I just want to let you know that. So I'm going to go ahead and unload it since it cut properly. And I'm just going to remove this paper. And then for these, to remove them without curling them, I'm going to simply turn my mat over and just begin to peel it back and just gently ease up on it so that your paper does not curl. Okay, and then you might have some little pieces to remove that just kind of stuck in there. Because those are really fine lines there. Okay, so these are ready. All you need to do is just lift forward like this for the crayons. Real simple. And I did make these nice and snug, right? So because kids like to fling things around and we don't want crayons flying all over the classroom. So, and here are some crayons. I'm just going to pick any two for the purposes of the video. So we're just going to go ahead and slide these in. Now, if you find for whatever reason, maybe you bought a different brand of crayon and they're a different size, you can always make this, this size hole bigger by getting a circle and grabbing the two layers and using the slice feature if you need to make the hole bigger. So just a heads up there. But they do fit for regular size Crayola crayons, which is what I measured before I made these. So you can see they're not going to go flying around. And then you can even attach their name when you're making the project. If you want to have the name typed, you can choose a different font and add your child's name, or you can have your child write their name. And you can even remove where it says my friend and actually type their name in or have somebody write the name in. But I thought this would make it super quick and easy if you don't want to have to go and name every single card for who's in the classroom. Okay, so again, super easy project. You can get, I have a link to my Amazon store where you can get the crayons and the paper. Oh, I didn't mention the paper. I'm using 65-pound Recollections white paper and just a box of crayons. So I hope you love this project. I love it because it's so fast and easy, and it's a non-treat gift to give away instead of so much candy. I think the teachers will appreciate that as well. There we go. Super cute and easy project. Happy Valentine's Day, and remember to create with love. Bye.